This 24/7 concept.
Okay.
What about, so I think that really kicked into gear when unlimited text messaging became a thing.
Yeah.
It used to be like, don't text me. That's 25 cents, back in the day.
Do you remember that time?
Yeah, man. T9. I can still, I got muscle memory on my flip phone.
Man. That's good.
Yep. So, but I feel like texting really became a thing once the iPhone really kind of started getting integrated into American culture a little bit more. And then all the ways that you can kind of text somebody now. It's not just a text message. You can send them a DM on Facebook Messenger, on Instagram, literally any platform. I probably have 4 conversations with Eric on all these different platforms where we just send each other content. We're like, you see this? Do you see that? And we're like, some of it's on TikTok, some of it's on Facebook, some of it's on Instagram, and some of it's on YouTube. And so what are your thoughts on text messaging as a real estate agent by utilizing text? Is texting, as a millennial, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather text somebody.
Okay.
But I also know the bennies of doing an old school phone call. So tell me, is text messaging overrated or underrated, and why?
You want to
go? No, you go for it.
All right.
I'll go. I'll get on one.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna that's good. I want to go first because I'm kind of meh.
Yeah,
I'm kind of meh. I feel like text message is it depends on the client, what they're, how they want to be communicated to. I do a lot of texting. I do a lot of calling, but I think it's more of a supportive thing. To be honest with you, being on the phone, banging out phone calls is number one. And text message is a means for me to get you on the phone. So I'm kind of, at the end of the day, I use text messaging as a tool to either get on the phone with them. An objective to get on the phone with them is to get in front of them. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I'm kind of, my answer to that is I don't know.
Yeah. I follow.
Mike, I'll give you a stat that says that you are correct about your assessment of where text messages are useful. And this number may have changed. Last I heard, 84% of all Zillow leads from consumers respond to text messages. Okay, so overwhelmingly, the quickest response mechanism to a stranger or a consumer clicking through online was via text. Right. And so the percentage of those who answered their phone right away from a Zillow rep was much lower than those that responded to text message. So text messages serve a purpose, which is to at least gain engagement or to possibly get permission. Now, in my opinion, you either have a really good, effective text message in order to gain engagement, or you don't ever gain engagement.
Right.
And so it all matters on how you use it and when you use it. Otherwise, text messages are completely trash, worthless, and have no business in our business and in business in general. Because here's what I would challenge you to do is stop talking to your wife or to your spouse and just text them.
No.
Just text them. Don't take them out. Don't have conversations. Don't build trust via communication or face-to-face. Just text. Tyler, you're a millennial. Just live on your text messages and see how your relationship pans out. And
funny enough, just to interrupt real quick, I do notice when I go out of town, I'm on Snapchat to her more.
Yeah, we both are on
I feel
Snapchat so much more
because then I can send video real quick of what's happening or
our Snapchat usage always skyrockets. Then.
I have noticed that actually. Now that you mention that, you do message on Snap.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Your take is. I think we're saying the same thing.
So text messages are garbage because they exchange nothing actually of trust. There is no trust exchange in a text message. There is merely information exchange in a text message, and most of it is poor. So unless we have actual data and understandable nuance via text message, it has no part in play in business. And that's because there's zero trust exchange in a text message. And all of the trust is in human communication verbally
or through an emoji.
Or emoji. Yeah. Even then, I wonder, like, as a guy, am I allowed to, like, I don't want to send too many emojis. Like, that's kind of weird, right? Yeah, so I'm like, I could send an emoji, soften this nuance a little bit, but now are you going to perceive it that, like, I'm over the top with emojis? It's way easier to just pick up the phone and have that conversation, hear that tonality, and actually exchange trust. And, you know, I think about, too, with the Zoom versus in person. And, you know, we're the evolution of Neanderthals, right? We're not nearly as sophisticated as we want to believe that we are. Right. And so we think we could do this Zoom trust concept. And the reality is that I can watch a video on YouTube from an event that I was at in person, and it is not the same event. Different. That's right. What I heard in person and experienced and felt is not what I see on digital streaming. Yeah. Because there is something palpable about being in person at an event or being face to face with someone. I look forward to you guys coming here and actually, like, being here in person to hang out. We could jump on a phone call and have a great conversation, but it would be different than when we're all here, which is exponentially better than if we were on a text thread.
Absolutely.
So if you're still surviving on text message in your business, stop it. Pick up the phone and talk to other people. And then you don't even have, the only reason we're on demand is because of text messages. You're right. Because if you stop responding to people on text messages after a certain time of night, they actually stop trying to contact you after a certain time of night, and they stop trying to contact you via text message.
Yeah. That could be a game any realtors can try out for us this week. Is if you get a text message after you are done working, try calling them immediately. Yeah. And then see if they answer. And then
what do you think will happen?
And then I don't think they'll answer.
Yeah.
Especially if you're working with like a millennial real estate agent.
Text you, you call them back.
Yeah, client or other real estate agent. Yeah. Because then it's like you're almost kind of challenging them. How important is this? Are you ready to have a phone call about it? Yeah. That's another level of commitment.
That's a really good point. Because I would get people texting for listings at like 10 p.m. Yeah. But if I called them back, they probably would have been weirded out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing that texting versus calling, one thing that we've done with this market being so competitive is I've told the crew, stop texting these agents. If you're a buyer's agent, quit texting the other agent and say, hey, I'm going to send you an offer. Pick up the phone and call that agent and say, hey, I'm sending you an offer. Yeah. And try to have a personal dialogue and conversation so you can customize that purchase agreement.
Yeah, that's right.
So what that seller's
not only wants. That, but remember, communication and exchange is trust. Yes. That agent already trusts you now because you had that conversation.
Out of the 10 offers, only one person picked up had the wherewithal to pick up the phone and call. Yeah. So guess what? Who's winning offers?
That's right. Yep.
Most people won't even call the other agent when they make an offer.
Nope. I had 12 offers the other day on one listing, and the first day it was on the market, and only one of them did I talk to on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah,
guess which one?
Rare.
Guess which one I went with?
Yeah,
the one that I talked to on the phone, because I was like, "Hey, you're not the best offer. Here's what it would have to look like in order to make it the best thing and everything the seller wants."
Yep.
That agent said, "Okay, cool."
And he gave you a new offer
that looks just like what the seller wanted. And why are we so scared to talk to people?
I don't know.
But to me, that, like, I noticed that, though, I sound like an old man. Get off my lawn. But like, I don't like it. It seems to progressively get worse and worse. And so I think, you know, there's a huge increase by having phone conversations. Yeah. Like
we're losing the art. It's a skill set, and we're losing.
That's right. In today's business environment, whether you're a contractor, whether you're a real estate agent or, a number of different things, the choices of business providers is limitless right now. Right. And the consumer has more money than ever because their money is worth less than ever, but they're spending it because no one's used to this, right? And so because of that, people throw money around at whomever. And so it's a competitive environment. And if I'm competing in our industry, I know I can stomp 99.9% of the competitors by having phone conversations and in-person appointments.
That's it.
Because it's a whole different trust exchange and credibility as soon as we can get face-to-face or we can get voice-to-voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so the person who's still trying to survive with the thumbs gets stomped out by someone who will go old school and trust.
And that's what we were talking about, I guess, a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about the algorithms and Zillow. I mean, that is the part that that can't be replicated. And the top 20% have figured that out. I mean, that's why video builds trust, though, too. Video builds trust with the consumer. The way that TV, the way that the way that news media or the way that morning DJs build trust with their audience that has been given to those using social media right now and actually capturing that benefit of having the video trust or all that. Absolutely. That's why I spend so much time doing it. Yeah. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.